Good morning, YouTube. $300 a month in fuel. My son's driving that. My dad's driving a Mitsubishi. Really not that expensive. He doesn't go far. I probably spend, if I drive it every day and do all my hobbies, $300 a month in my truck. So the moral to the story is current gas prices and current usage. And I live legitimately like a minute and a half from my business. So we're watching that the whole world is going to shit again. They reduced the output of oil, which is going to drive the price of fuel at the pump up, primarily in the United States. So what are you going to do when gas prices hit $10, $12, and $15 a gallon? There's nothing you can do about it. Keep in mind, all your suppliers, all your places that you shop, everybody is using gasoline or diesel fuel or something to get their products to the stores so that you can consume those products. And even Amazon and all the other little carriers they don't all have a fleet of EV vehicles that are pure battery. So what are you going to do? You're going to ask your boss for a raise. He's going to tell you he can't because everybody's asking for a raise and the cost of doing business is, going up just as much. So you're going to not go to work, lose your house, lose everything you worked so hard for. Or you're going to take steps now to make sure that your vehicle is as fuel efficient as possible, meaning bring it into the service center and have them do a fuel efficiency test. That means check the tires, check the front end, check the alignment, check the brakes for drag, make sure there's no codes in the system, make sure the vehicle's not overloaded with shit that you don't need inside of it. Once that gets a good clean bill of health, then you need to experiment on which fuel really makes your vehicle get the best fuel economy. And you need to experiment because every fuel blend is different. Regular, mid-grade, high test, super, E85, E10, E20, whatever you want to call it today. Is there a shorter route that you could take to work? Could you carpool? Is it time for you to get a more fuel efficient vehicle that's gasoline powered or hybrid? Or do you want to go pure electric and, buy a brand new one and choke up a $70,000 car payment? Keep in mind, there's no inventory for you to buy and nothing that you can do immediately. So then when you think about buying a used Tesla or Toyota or whatever EV that's out of warranty, there's a reason why the customer traded that thing in, because it's out of warranty and they know that they can't afford to fix anything that goes wrong with it out of warranty in the EV system. Tires, brakes, shock struts, things of that nature are usually within reach of a budget. But with Americans today having less than $5,000 in their savings account, what are you going to do? You're going to have to make some good choices. For me, I could walk to work, but then I would hope that most people who are driving their car today, which every majority is gasoline powered, are going to need to make sure that their car can make it to work. Because if you can't come to work, your employer is going to find employees who can come to work. And then are willing to work for whatever he's willing to pay them. It's the sacrifices. And what blows my mind is, why doesn't our government, our current leader, have things in place that prevent American citizens from being choked even more with inflation? So we're already at hyperinflation, superinflation. It's no secret. Every time you go to the store, you're getting screwed for the same loaf of bread you've been buying, the same gallon of milk you've been buying, and the same bag of Doritos that you've been buying that's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and more full of air. It's going to get real shitty. Gas prices are just going to really probably ruin a majority of the world. And I will tell you that will happen fast. Most people can't afford to have a $200 increase in their fuel expense a week, or just do the math. It costs you $40 a week now, and it's going to cost you $60 a week. If it costs you $120 a week, it's going to cost you $300 and something dollars a week. Uber and Lyft drivers, what are you going to do? People aren't going to use those services anymore because they can't even afford to Uber and Lyft to work, because Uber and Lyft has to make a profit on, taxi cabs drivers and limousine drivers and couriers and all that stuff. But what are you going to do? I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Thanks.